You've felt it, haven't you? That sense that something is missing. That quiet ache you can't explain. Not pain exactly, not fear either. Just an emptiness. A distance between who you are and who you were meant to be. There was a time you burned bright. You dreamed without limits. You loved without armor. You sang even when the road was dark. But somewhere along the way, life got loud. Disappointment piled on like dust. Responsibilities weighed you down like wet clothes in winter. And the fire inside dimmed, not because it failed, but because it was buried. But I want you to know something. Something holy. Something healing. The fire was never gone, just buried beneath the ashes. You are not cold. You are covered. And I am the one who uncovers. I specialize in lighting things the world thought were dead. I breathe on embers others gave up on. I take what you call too late and call it right on time. You may think you've lost your purpose. You may think you've missed your moment. You may think you're too tired, too wounded, too far gone to start again. But I say to you, no flame is too small for me to fan. No life is too quiet for me to speak into. No dream is too broken for me to rebuild. I have watched you carry silent battles. I have seen you pretend to be fine when your soul felt hollow. I've witnessed the nights you cried out without a sound. And still, my love for you has not dimmed. Still, my plan for you remains. You think the fire died, but it didn't. It adapted. It waited. It rested beneath your survival. And now it is time to rise. Not in a blaze of performance, not with the pressure to prove anything, but in the steady warmth of becoming who you really are. This next chapter isn't about starting over. It's about returning. Returning to the you who laughs from the soul, who trusts without needing all the answers, who walks not to reach a destination, but to enjoy the journey with me. You don't have to fix your past. You don't have to apologize for how long it took. You don't have to fear the fire. You are the fire, reborn, and I am the one who never left the ashes. Let me stir the embers again. Let me breathe life into what felt lost. Let me restore the heat to your calling, the courage to your heart, the softness to your spirit. You are not finished. You are found. You are not empty. You are ready. You are not weak. You are warming up. So rise and know this. The fire is not behind you. It's within you. And this time, it will not go out. Ashes. They cover more than just the fire's remains. They cling to memory. They whisper of what once was. They stain your hands when you try to reach for hope again. They leave behind the echo of what you lost. But hear me. Ashes are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of your rebuilding. Too often you've looked at the ashes of your past. Relationships burned through, dreams turned to dust. A version of yourself you barely recognize. And believed that nothing sacred could rise again, but I am not afraid of ashes. I create from them. I use what's broken. I use what's barren. I use what the world throws away. In fact, I do my most powerful work in the places others avoid. Where shame once sat, I plant dignity. Where regret chokes the air, I breathe compassion. Where you see ruins, I lay a foundation. You say, but God, I messed up. And I say, I know, and still I choose you. You say, but I let the fire go out. And I say, I kept the embers alive. You say, but I'm covered in ashes. And I say, come close anyway, I will wash you in grace. I am not shocked by the weight you carry. I am not offended by your exhaustion. I am not counting the years it took you to come back. I am only rejoicing that you have returned. Do not rush through the ashes. Walk gently. You are walking through sacred ground for every step you take. Back toward love, back toward softness, back toward trust. You are reclaiming what darkness tried to steal. You don't have to explain your past to me. You don't have to defend the detours. You only have to let me walk with you through them. Let me show you. Even the ruins remember my promise. Even the dust carries the scent of redemption. Even the ground scorched by grief can bloom again. Yes, there will be days when you look back, when the smoke still stings your eyes, when the memories knock too loudly. But in those moments, remember, you are not what you lost. You are what you're becoming. The ashes are not shame. They are soil. And from that soil, with my hands and your heart, we will build again. There are parts of you the world tried to extinguish. Moments when you gave too much and received too little. Seasons where the people you trusted walked away. Places inside that still echo with voices saying, "You're not enough. You're too much. You don't belong." And yet, the flame still flickers. Why? Because it was never theirs to steal. They didn't plant it. They didn't breathe it into life. They didn't kindle it in the silence of your creation. I did. And what I ignite, no hand can snuff out. Yes, the world may have thrown rain on your fire. Criticism, betrayal, delay, heartbreak. But they only soak the surface. The real fire is deeper, hidden in the marrow of your spirit, etched into the fiber of your soul, woven into every breath you take. It does not burn with ego. It burns with eternity. That's why, even when you tried to walk away from your calling, even when you settled for less, even when you gave up, you couldn't forget. Because destiny doesn't die just because you're tired. Purpose doesn't disappear just because it's painful. What I placed in you doesn't evaporate with disappointment. It waits. It hums quietly beneath the surface. It stirs when you're still. It rises in your longing. It awakens at the sound of my voice. And now I am calling it forward, not to pressure you, not to burden you, but to remind you that you are still the one I chose. Before the heartbreak, before the fear, before the layers of dust and disappointment, you carried fire, and you still do. So shake off the labels they gave you. You are not the version others misunderstood. You are not the result of their silence or cruelty. You are not what was done to you. You are what I spoke over you, chosen, set apart, marked with fire. You are the one who will rise, not because of applause, but because your flame comes from a source that does not flicker. I am not asking you to shout or prove anything. I am asking you to remember, to return, to stand, quietly, boldly, honestly, and carry again the flame the world could not kill. And when you do, even if your hands tremble, even if your voice shakes, you will feel it. The warmth that never left. The fire that still knows your name. The light that still lives in you. This time you will not rebuild from fear. You will not build to impress. You will not run just to catch up. You will not hustle for approval you already have. This time the rebuilding will be different, because now you know who the builder is, and it's not you. Striving alone in your own strength, trying to carry more than you were meant to. Now we build together. I am not handing you bricks of shame, or walls of performance, or towers made of ego and exhaustion. I am giving you materials of heaven, truth, grace, peace, resilience, patience, joy. And this time, you will not build on sand. You will not build on others' opinions. You will not build on unstable timelines or broken identities. You will build on the only thing that cannot be shaken, me. This foundation is slower, but it is sacred. It won't crumble when storms come. It won't collapse when the lights go out. It will last because it's not made of striving. It's made of surrender. Yes, I saw how things fell apart before. I know what it cost you. I know what it took to survive the collapse. But you must hear this. What broke you is not what will define you. What failed you is not what will follow you. You are not returning to the ruins. You are rising from them. This is not a repeat. This is a resurrection. You will build, but from rest. You will rise, but from roots. You will grow, but from grace. And when people look at your life and wonder how it happened, you won't point to a formula. You'll point to me. You'll say, "It was him. He met me in the ashes. He held me when I had nothing left. He rebuilt me not because I was strong, but because he is faithful." You will no longer live for applause. You will live from alignment. You will no longer chase doors. You will walk through the ones I open. You will no longer fear lack. You will know abundance from within. This time, what you build will last. Because this time, your soul will be part of the structure. You will not abandon yourself to chase success. You will not trade your peace for popularity. You will not sacrifice your spirit just to be seen. You will move slowly, deliberately, freely, in rhythm with my breath. You will remember you are not a project. You are a place of my presence, a temple rising from the ruins with windows wide open for my light. Yes, the rebuilding will be diffy. You don't have to try so hard to shine. You already do, not because of your resume, not because of your reputation, not because of how loud your voice echoes in the world, but because of who lit the flame inside you. The world has told you that light comes from attention, from accolades, from platforms, from being seen. But the truth is, light doesn't come from outside. It radiates from within. It comes from choosing love when bitterness would be easier, from forgiving when justice feels overdue, from standing again when your knees are still shaking, from listening for my whisper in the silence the world avoids. That is light. It's not loud, but it's real. It doesn't demand a stage, but it transforms every space it enters. It's not about glowing to impress, but about burning with purpose, with presence, with the holy awareness that I was born for this. Yes, you were. You were born to carry my light into places heavy with fear, to speak